Good day and welcome to SCO BRICS Insight. Today I want to talk to you about two new trade routes that have the potential to change global logistics. Now, the West has recently recognized that Russia and its partners in the BRICS can seriously change world logistics and the trade routes. And that's thanks to its two new, or actually expanded, transportation routes. They are the Northern Sea Route and the North-South International Transit Corridor. Now, these major projects have the potential to present a major challenge to the West, which is used to controlling international trade routes and their transportation, mainly due to their control of the transit points like the Suez Canal, Panama Canal, and the Malacca Straits. Now, these two new transportation routes, via the Northern Sea Route from Russia to Asia and on to China, and then the international North-South transportation corridor, that has the participation of Iran and India. This will allow BRICS members and Russia to become major players in the international transit of goods, and that's despite the West's best attempts to isolate them. Now, the implications of these projects and their major advantage is that they could reduce the time of delivery of goods to consumers by 30 to 50% compared to the traditional route through the Suez Canal from the Far East, as well as avoiding the dangers currently associated with shipping in the Red Sea. Of course, they'll also strengthen Moscow's pivot away from Europe towards India and China and the other emerging markets and the global south. Now, the North-South International Transit Corridor is a multimodal, as in sea, rivers and overland route for transporting cargo to and from India, Iran and the Persian Gulf countries to Russia, and goes across the Caspian Sea and further on to Northern and Western Europe. Now, the total distance from St. Petersburg, where the railway stops, to the port of Mumbai, where the ships obviously dock, is 7,200 kilometers, and this route connects Russia, Azerbaijan, Iran, Pakistan and India. Now, the Northern Sea Route, which goes across the Arctic Ocean to Asia, is almost half the distance than the route through the Suez Canal. It's 14,000 kilometers versus 24,000 kilometers. That's the distance from St. Petersburg to Vladivostok if you go around the top. So this not only allows for a faster delivery of cargo, but also results in significant savings on fuel and other costs for the shipping companies. Now, this is currently used for about 8 months of the year, but with the use of Russian icebreakers, it could soon be an all-the-year-round route. Now, the NSR and the North-South Corridor did not emerge as a direct response to sanctions, but rather as a strategic move to diversify transport routes and enhance the efficiency of trade between Russia and Asia, as well as to Europe. And this was done well before the sanction regime was introduced. And that was according to Yaroslav Kavakov, who's the Director of Strategy at the Finam Investment Company. However, two additional factors have emerged in favour of their continued development. Firstly, the introduction by unfriendly countries of restrictions on the transportation of goods to and from Russia has led to the fact that routes that don't have such risks have become a priority. Secondly, Russia's trade volume with the EU has decreased dramatically and it's been reorientated towards the Asian markets. Now, this requires a change in logistics in the broader sense. Secondly, the demand for alternative routes is growing due to the risk to shipping in the Red Sea as a result of Houthi attacks, etc. That's according to Marcel Salikov, who's director of the Center for Economic Expertise at the Russian Higher School of Economics. Now, according to Russian customs statistics, its foreign trade turnover with Asian countries now makes up 72%. Now, this indicates that the reversal of trade from Europe to the East has already occurred. As an example, Salikov cites the sharp increase in mutual trade between Russia and India, which has gone up from 154 billion in 2021 to 240 billion in 2023, and that's not all just oil and gas. Now, in addition to the NSR and the North-South Corridor, which are the basis for the future, Russia also has internal transport routes, which have also played a crucial role in redirecting Russian goods from the European to the Asian markets. Now, we're talking about ports, railways and their infrastructure. These include the Baikal-Amur Railway, the BAM, and the Trans-Siberian Railway, which you've all heard of. Now, Russian oil and petroleum products are sent by pipelines to the ports and then transported on to India by sea, while coal is transported by railway through Siberia to the ports and then again on by shipping. Now, as Kabakov notes, the port complexes and the major railway arteries, such as the Trans-Siberian and BAM, have played a pivotal role in the trade balance that has already occurred. And at the same time, the expansion of the port and railway infrastructure is underway, but this work needs to be done. I mean, Russia now faces the task of increasing the throughput capacity of its ports and actually doubling the capacity that it currently has on the BAM and the Trans-Siberian railways. The Northern Sea Route and the North-South Corridor also have transit potential, which could make Russia a key participant in global logistics. Now, this would facilitate transit transportation not only within the country, but also for international cargo, including from China to Europe. Now, this could potentially transform Russia into a significant global trade and transit hub. Now, the advantage of these two routes over the Suez Canal are obvious. The primary benefit is independence from Western control. Secondly, there are economic benefits. The North-South Corridor, which has several spurs as part of the route, allows Russia to use the seaports of Iran and the Persian Gulf to connect with markets of Pakistan, India, Southeast Asia and the global south. Now, these countries and regions are experiencing rapid economic growth, and it also offers a significant reduction in transportation time, with goods moving along that route taking 25 days. And that's a notable improvement over the 40 days typically required along the traditional routes. Now, additionally, the cost of transit excuse me, between the two countries is reduced by approximately 30 to 40%. Now, in the long term, the North-South ITC could become an alternative to not only the Suez Canal, but also through the Mediterranean and the Bosphorus states from Russia's Black Sea. And these routes will also link up with the Chinese One Belt, One Road project. So, plus Russia can transport a wide range of goods and containers along this route, including food, textile products, household appliances, and electronics. So it's curious that the Western media have been claiming that Russia is building both corridors to supposedly ease the sanctions imposed against it. However, in reality, these projects began to be created long before the imposition of sanctions. And it's worth noting that the North-South ITC was developed as a plan back in 1999 by Russia, Iran and India. And it was ratified by Russia back in 2002. Furthermore, according to the Western media, the Northern Sea Route and the Sea Road and Railway route through Iran will reinforce Russia's shift away from the European Union towards China and India. However, this shift has already occurred over the past 2 years. I mean, Russia's already utilizing the Northern Sea Route to transport goods from Chinese companies and vice versa. And it generates additional revenue, so it's obviously something that works. However, with the full operation of the two routes, Russia will become one of the primary ways for logistics for all world trade. This is highly undesirable outcome for the Western bloc of countries. I mean, for them, controlling transport corridors means controlling trade. I mean, if the BRICS proceed with the development of these transport corridors, none of the proceeds will go to the Western countries or the shipping companies, insurers, etc. And for them, that's not an acceptable situation. So they're trying, as usual, by any means necessary to prevent the BRICS from implementing its plans. So as they say, let's see what happens. Now, thank you for watching. Do like and subscribe, plus do comment. Do visit the website, SCOBRICSinsight.com, where there are new articles every day about the world of the BRICS, and there's over 1,000 of them in the archive. So thank you again, and I'll see you soon.